All right, guys, so here's how to do a one-on-one interview. So Anna's my prospect who came in for an interview. Obviously, she already filled out the pre-interview questionnaire and listed 5 references. And I'm just going off of the back page right here. All right, so always have a pin as well.
Get the pen back.
Get the pin back. All right, so welcome down, Anna. We're very excited to have you down in our office. Like I told you over the phone, we're expanding, going through a huge expansion, looking for some great business partners, part-time and full-time. I'm really looking for someone that's highly motivated. It's great with people that wants to do something different. So that may or may not be you, but I'm going to show you what we do first to make sure you can be excited about it. I think a lot of people go to a job they're not very excited about just because they get a paycheck. Would you agree?
Yeah.
And that's not what I'm looking for, okay? I just want to make sure you feel really good about what we do, all right?
Okay.
So before I jump into the presentation, I'd love to hear your story and just get to know you a bit more. If you wouldn't mind, take a couple minutes and just tell me about yourself, where you're from, bring me up to date, feel free to brag.
Okay.
What's your story?
I'm from Denver, Colorado.
Okay.
I went to Bear Creek High School.
Sure.
So I went to Alameda first.
Okay.
And I transferred sophomore year to Bear Creek. Graduated there.
Nice.
Graduated 2009.
Okay.
Went to college. And I'm now a nail tech and a bartender. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So born and raised in Colorado. Did you play sports at Alameda and Bear Creek?
Oh yeah. So I played like tennis, basketball, volleyball, but the majority of the years I did palms.
Palms. Okay. Very nice. And you have a big family here in Colorado?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the youngest out of 8.
Youngest of 8. Okay. Great. What was that like growing up in a big house like that?
It was great. I'm the youngest, so it was great.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
They weren't that strict.
Okay. Sure. And then what do your parents do, Anna?
They're landscapers.
Okay. So they run their own business?
Uh-huh.
That's great. You ever thought about doing that on your own, like having your own business?
Yeah, having my own business.
Fantastic. Great. Okay. And then, so you graduated in 2009, went to college. Where'd you go to school and what'd you study?
I went to UCD and I studied business management with risk management.
Business management, risk management. Okay. What made you choose that major?
Something that I wanted to just pick so I can graduate.
Okay. Fair enough. Cool. And so after college, you graduated and then you're working as a nail tech and a bartender?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Fantastic. What made you choose that position? Were you doing that while you're in school?
Yeah, I'm doing it right now while in school too.
Oh, so you're already doing that? Okay. Fair enough.
So I don't know. My sister, she had a nail salon, so I just worked there.
Okay.
And then she opened a bar as well, so.
Okay, great.
Just working there.
Sure.
Her out.
What do you like the most about your job?
Fast money.
Fast money.
Uh-huh.
What do you dislike about your job?
So the customers.
The customers?
Yeah.
What are the customers like? What don't you like about the customers?
Just drunk and crazy.
Yeah, the whole bar scene.
Mm-hmm.
In addition to that, what else would you change about your job if you could?
The management.
Yeah? What's the management like?
Just they don't tell us what time we're supposed to be there, and then they tell us the day of, so it's not very organized.
Not very organized, okay.
Yeah.
In addition to that, what else would you improve on if you were in control or if you were the owner?
I think that's it.
That's it? Okay. Well, here's a question, and I'm always looking for someone who's got goals and they got dreams. So here's a question. If time and money weren't an issue, you had the money, you had the time, what would you do differently? What are your goals and dreams? What motivates you if you had more money, more time right now?
I would definitely retire my parents.
Retire your parents? Mm-hmm. Great.
And get a house.
Buy a home? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else?
Travel.
Mm-hmm. What else?
I have a lot, but those are probably like the top.
The main ones. Cool.
Yeah.
And you said retire your parents first. Why is that so important to you?
Because they, they're still working. They're older now.
Yeah.
They've always given us a great life, and
Okay.
just want to give back to them. And,
that's great.
Yeah.
How'd that make you feel if you could cut a check and just pay their bills every month?
Oh, I feel amazing.
Feel amazing. Great.
Yeah.
And then buy a home. What type of home would you buy?
Modern.
Modern home.
Modern,
cool.
and maybe like, nice area like Cherry Hills, probably.
Yeah. Very nice.
Yeah.
And then travel. Where'd you get up and go to right now if you could?
I would go to Bora Bora.
Bora Bora.
Yeah.
Great. I'd love to
we
go
love
there
beaches.
as well.
Any beaches.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, tell me, Ann, how much money would you need to make per year to accomplish all those goals? To retire your parents, to buy a home, and to travel like you want to travel. How much money would you need to make per year to do that?
I have no idea. I've never really thought of it.
Ballpark, how much are we talking? At least 6 figures and more, I'm assuming?
Yeah, I would say so.
So at least $100,000 or more?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, without saying the word hopefully, when will your current job pay you $100,000 a year?
Oh, never.
Never. Okay.
Yeah. Unless I own it.
Fair enough. So doing what you're doing, you'll never be able to accomplish those goals. Okay. So if we could show you an opportunity where you could have the freedom of time and money and make a 6-figure income to retire parents, buy the home, and travel, I'm assuming you're open to explore that, aren't you?
Oh, absolutely.
Great. Let me share with you my story, and then I'll show you really what we do, all right?
Okay.
So I'm a Denver native like yourself. I grew up here in Denver, went to Denver Public Schools, kindergarten to 12th grade. I graduated from Thomas Jefferson High School. I grew up pretty middle class. My mom was a medical technologist. My dad was a CPA. And my whole life, my parents said, go to school, get good grades, get a good job. You ever heard that before?
Yeah.
And so I thought that was my ticket to success, my ticket to wealth.
Right.
And so I got a degree from CSU in liberal arts. And after graduating, I realized that was probably the biggest fairy tale my parents ever bought and the middle class ever bought. I know a lot of broke, educated people, and I was one of them. My degree really was useless. I got a job with Enterprise Rent-A-Car, renting and washing cars.
Okay.
I was making $30,000 a year. I was overworked and underpaid and didn't see myself doing that forever. And I just felt myself performing a job I didn't love for an income that just was never enough. You ever felt that way before, Anna?
Yeah.
And I was miserable and unhappy, so I took a vacation in 2008. And when I came back, I didn't hit my numbers, and I got fired.
Oh, wow.
And at 24, I saw how ruthless corporate America was, and I realized that I'm replaceable.
Yeah.
You know, the purpose of a business is to make the business owner wealthy, not the employee wealthy. Would you agree?
Yeah, for sure.
And at the end of the day, the purpose of a business is to make profits. So profits are revenue. That's money coming into your door minus expenses going out. And did you know an employee is an expense? Right? So that can be cut. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
And I realized that I didn't want to put myself at that risk again. I said, never again will I work for someone else ever again in my life. And so I found this company through my parents. They're actually clients, and they introduced me to business.
Okay.
And what I fell in love with is the fact that what we do is we teach people how money works. And growing up, no one taught me any rules about the money game. All I knew about money was I didn't have any, right? So I thought if I could get my own act together and help others, it'd be the greatest part-time job ever.
Right.
But then, too, I saw the largest, most lucrative industry out there, financial services, and a system that I could just copy to be successful.
Okay.
At the time, there was a guy who was talking to me named Mark Marchesani, who was making $83,000 a month.
Oh, wow.
And I knew that in business, if you want to be successful, you find someone who has what you want, and you do what they did. And I wanted what he had, right? And you know, with the risk of sounding corny, and if I was going to live one life, I wanted more money, more time, more purpose, more passion. And I saw this as an opportunity to do that. And so I came full-time pretty quickly.
Okay.
You know, he showed me a way where I could be my own boss, open and run, operate my own office, and make a six-figure income. And thank goodness I followed him, because 10 years later, I haven't had a boss in 10 years. I got my fiance to quit both of her jobs. We now run the business together.
Okay.
I went from making $2,000 a month, now I make a strong 6-figure income.
Wow.
So if I could do it, I could teach anyone if they're motivated, okay?
Okay.
So I'm going to show you who we are and what we do. My first question, Anna, have you ever heard of Primerica before coming down today?
No, I haven't.
No? Okay. Most people haven't. Who we are is actually the largest financial services company in North America.
Okay.
All right, we're in the New York Stock Exchange under PRI. Been around since 1977. We have more than 7 million clients that have said yes, what I'll share with you right now.
Okay.
The reason any of you never heard of us, we've done it all without any advertising. Everything we do is through referrals and word of mouth, okay?
Okay.
Now, our mission is to help families earn more income, become properly protected, debt-free, and financially independent. You'd agree everyone needs those things nowadays, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, just look at today's financial challenges, Anna. Did you know the average credit card debt per household is $16,000?
No.
Crazy, right?
Yeah.
95 million Americans have no life insurance. A lot of people say, oh, I have life insurance through my job. Well, SmartMoney.com said that's fine, but it should never be all you have. Why? You can't keep it if you lose your job or become disabled and can't work. If you look at savings, almost half of workers have less than 10 grand saved. And then jobs and careers, I think the biggest problem of them all. Half of graduates are jobless or underemployed, and 8 in 10 workers are paycheck to paycheck. So I'm not here to depress you, Anna, but how real and serious are those problems?
Yeah, very serious.
Very serious, right? Well, here's a question I always ask, Anna. Given the choice between having a boss or being the boss, which would you rather have?
Oh, being the boss.
Being the boss, right? You ever thought about being your own boss?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, to be a boss, to have a business, you have to have a business that people need what you offer, right? So imagine you owned a business that could help families solve all of those challenges. Would that be a big opportunity? And that's why we're always looking for great people. So let me show you how we help families. Here's a couple we helped out named Bob and Susan. They were in their mid-30s with 2 kids. All right, so Bob and Susan were, again, 35 and 33 with 2 kids. Before Primerica, they're paying $152 and $91 a month for their auto and home insurance. After Primerica, we saved them $65 a month and lower their costs there. So, and imagine if you qualify to work with us and you could help someone save $65 a month. Is that good for them?
Yeah, absolutely.
And could you be excited about that?
Yeah.
Fantastic. We then look at their debt. They had $47,000 in consumer debt, $200,000 in their mortgage, 23 years left, and they're paying $27.20 a month. They'll be debt free at $58,000. After Primerica with our fast pay plan, same debt, same mortgage, and same payment, we got them out of debt at $44,000. We saved them 14 years in payments and $130,000 in interest.
Wow.
So, and imagine if you did that for someone you cared about. How would that family feel about you?
Oh, great.
They'd love you, right? Then we look at their life insurance. They have what's called a cash value life insurance policy. You ever heard of that before?
No.
Okay. So here's how it works. Bob and Susan insured for $150,000, no coverage in the children, and they're paying $300 a month. Now the first problem is they have $250,000 of debt. So if Bob dies, is that enough to pay off their debt?
No.
No, they need more, but they can't afford more. It's $300 a month. And the reason it's expensive is they're paying for 2 things in one. They're paying for life insurance with a savings account combined.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So they call the savings cash value, and at 67, they'll have $124,000 cash value saved. Now it sounds good, but here's the catch. The agent doesn't tell them, but the contract says if Bob or Susan dies, they do not get the insurance and the savings. They get the greater of the two. So in this example,
Really?
Bob died. Yeah. Susan gets a check for $150,000, but the company keeps their cash value for their own profit. Yeah. So imagine you pay for 2 things your entire life, and when you die, your family got one of the 2. What would you call that?
A scam.
It's a legal scam. Well, that's what every life insurance company sells except Primerica. So what we do is we fix people's insurance with term insurance.
Okay.
Now, man, when I first came down, I was 24 years old. Selling life insurance was not sexy to me, right?
Right.
Not one Halloween did I say, Mommy, for this Halloween, can I be an insurance agent? Did you ever say that?
No.
No, but Primerica says, no, Ron, we don't sell life insurance. They do. We correct a wrong.
Okay.
And I said, I like that. So what we do is we correct a wrong by fixing this insurance with term insurance. With term, we give them $400,000 versus $150,000. The kids who are left out over here, we cover them for $25,000. We lower their cost from $300 to $100 a month. So we just double their insurance and save them $197 a month. How do we do that, Anna? Simple. We keep your insurance and savings separate.
Okay.
See, when you buy term insurance, you get more coverage at a lower cost because you're just paying for life insurance. Now with the $197 a month we save them, we invest the difference in a mutual fund. So now if your insurance and savings are separate and you die, guess what? Your family gets both. You're exactly right. They get both, whereas here they get one or the other.
Okay.
So silly question, Anna. Which would you rather have, the cash bill or the term insurance?
Definitely the term.
It's a no-brainer. If you help someone do that, go from here to there, get more coverage at a lower cost, again, is that good for them?
Yeah.
And it's a simple decision too, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Very simple. Last but not least, for retirement, they had $20,000 in an IRA at a bank earning 3%, saving $100 a month. But at 67, they're only going to have $100,000. So we moved the $20,000 into mutual funds and increased their savings at $362. That's the $100 they were saving, plus the $197 we saved them here, and the $65 we saved them there. Now at age 67, at 9% in it, they'll have $1.1 million compared to $100,000. Is that a big impact?
Oh, yeah.
Huge, right?
Mm-hmm.
So not to be redundant, Anna, but if you qualify to work with us, you can help someone go from here to there. Could you be excited about that?
Oh, yeah.
Great. Well, let me show you the money involved. What we do, Anna, is we train people part-time as district leaders.
Okay.
So you can keep your job and learn our business part-time. You can set your own hours. There's no quotas, and I'm not your boss, just a coach.
Okay.
But if you help that family in those 4 areas, in total, we'd pay you $1,057 for 2 to 4 hours. Hey, and in the life insurance alone, you make $500 for an hour and a half.
Really?
Yeah, so if you can make $500 to $1,000 helping one family part-time,
Uh-huh.
how many families would you like to help each month?
A lot.
A lot. Hey, let's tell you up 1 a week. That's $1,500, $2,000, $3,000 a month part-time.
Uh-huh.
Could you consider a change then?
Absolutely.
Full-time, we call that a vice president. That's like the broker or the owner. You get 100% of the contract. We pay you $1,900 off that same family.
Okay.
Right, so the money is great, but I didn't join Primerica to be self-employed. I joined Primerica because I wanted to be free, right? Now, to be free, there's a few things you need. You need money and time and influence, right? I wanted money, time, and influence, right? Well, let me show you how you can have all of that with us. Now, you've heard this saying, right? Behind a great man is a what?
Great woman.
Right? 2 minds are better than one, right? Bill Gates, who had Paul Allen when he built Microsoft. Steve Jobs had Steve Wozniak when he built Apple.
Oh.
So if those guys couldn't do it alone, what makes any person think they could build any business on their own, right?
Right.
So you got to build a team. So in Primerica, let me show you why building a team will give you money and time and influence. So let's say, Anna, you're the vice president. I'm the district.
Okay.
You train me. Your job is to recruit and train me and teach me what you know how to do. When I help that family, I make $1,000.
Right.
Well, Anna, you train me. Don't you deserve to get paid too?
Right. Yeah.
So the company pays you an override of $851, which is the difference between those two numbers.
Nice.
So Anna, if you got paid $800 every time I help a client, how many people like me would you want on your team?
As many as possible.
Exactly. Let's say you had 10 of us.
Yeah.
Helping a family a month. That's $8,500 a month, or $100,000 a year, and you did nothing. How'd that feel?
Oh, great.
Great. So can you see by work with us, Anna, not only can you make that $100,000, you have a business that runs when you're not there, allowing the freedom to retire parents, to travel, to buy that home you want, right? Can you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Right now, people always ask, well, how realistic is it? So let me show you, Anna. We have the best track record of any company out there. Did you know we have more $100,000 income earners of any company in the U.S.?
No. So
it's pretty cool to make $100,000. They give you this cool ring.
Okay.
This $100,000 club, and they put your name on the side.
That's cool.
Isn't that pretty cool?
Yeah.
And they put your name in this book, and they recognize you. But Anna, we have 3,400 people from all ages, all ethnicities, and all backgrounds to make $100,000 or more. Literally, you can stop on any page. On one page, you got air traffic control, a retail manager, a bartender. There you go.
Oh, nice.
You have a restaurant owner, a pizza store owner, a taxi driver, all on one page. Ain't that something?
Yeah.
When you make more money, you get a bigger picture. These guys make between $250,000 and $500,000 a year.
Okay.
When you make between $500,000 and $750,000, you don't have to share the page with as many people.
Mm-hmm.
And when you make $1 million a year, you get your own page.
Nice.
We have 86 people that make over $1 million a year.
Wow.
Ain't that something?
Yeah.
Right, here's the youngest $1 million earners. You're pretty young. Hey, he was 19 and she was 18. Hey, that's Mario and Freddie. He used to work at a flea market. Now they make $200,000 a month.
Wow.
So if they could do it, why can't you?
Yeah, that's
right?
true.
So I'm not here to convince you, Anna, but I believe what another man or woman can do, so can I. How about you?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, you have a book like this in your employee's lounge?
No.
Heck no, right? If you did, it'd be 1 page long. The CEO, right?
Yeah.
So Anna, that's a little bit about who we are and what we do. I always show this picture too, just to give people an idea of my story. You know, I came with zero financial experience, zero financial background. That was me before Primerica.
Oh, nice.
I was in my jail pose trying to act hard, right? And I was broke. I knew nothing, right?
Yeah.
But, you know, my fiance, we learned, we grew. She used to be a bartender and a nail tech, kind of like you.
Oh,
right?
Okay.
But our highest monthly income has been $17,000 in 1 month.
Dang.
That would have took me 9 months at a job to make. So I don't show that to brag, Anna, but if I could do it, I could teach you if you're hungry. If you're motivated, you want to change your life. Make sense?
Absolutely.
So that's who we are. That's what we do. I just want to see what would interest you more. Would it be the part-time business you could own one day, a complimentary financial game plan, or both?
Let's say both.
Great. Well, what did you like about what I showed you? Was it more the helping people or the money involved?
I would say both. I love helping
Fantastic.
people and, making money.
Great. Well, let me transition gears and show you the keys to be successful. Saying if you could do these few things, I'm willing to give you a shot. So our business is not easy, but it's simple.
Okay.
So number one, Andy, you want to show up to all meetings and trainings. It sounds like a lot, but it's not. We have 2 trainings for you to plug into twice a week here at our office to learn.
Okay.
So we do a training every Tuesday night at 7:30 p.m. and every Friday night at 7 p.m.
Okay.
Is that something you could show up to, or at least arrange your schedule to do?
Yeah, I can show up to that.
Perfect. Number 2, Andy, you want to go on 15 training appointments with a field trainer. I'm not just going to hire you and send you on your own. You're going to learn this business by shadowing me. I'm going to personally train you.
Mm-hmm.
So if you watch me do 15 of these training presentations, these 2-page presentations, would you be less confident or more confident?
More confident.
Exactly. And you could schedule these appointments whenever you want. You could build your own schedule. So if you want to work 1 day a week, 2 days a week, it's up to you. Make sense?
Yeah. So
Anna, I'm assuming you could commit to getting trained, right?
Yeah.
Number 3, you got to pass a background check and you got to get licensed. So here's how that works. So Anna will fill out an application called an IBA.
Uh-huh.
It stands for an independent business application. With the application, you invest $99 and $25 a month for your state licensing and Primerica Online. So Anna, did you know you have to be licensed to work in financial services?
Yeah, I think,
Yeah.
They mentioned it in school.
Yeah, so you have to get your life insurance license and your Series 6 license. Those 2 licenses cost $900.
Uh-huh.
So Primerica will sponsor you and we'll cover all those costs except for $99.
Okay.
You invest $99 and that pays for your background check and a licensing class. Is there any reason you couldn't pass the background check, Anna?
Oh, no, I can pass it.
Okay, great. You're not in America's Most Wanted?
No.
Perfect. So one of the cool things, in your first 30 days, we have a $100 training bonus you can make back right away. So there's really no risk involved, all right?
Okay.
And the $25 a month is for your Primerica Online, all right? Primerica Online is your online business support system. So again, you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. All the tools and technology we use is done electronic through this website.
Okay.
We have 2,000 employees who work for us. I pay them $25 a month to have access to all of that.
Oh.
Now, it's optional, but you need it,
Okay.
And again, do you feel like 83 cents a day is too much to run a business?
No.
No, of course not. So the first step, we fill out your application. I ask you some background questions. You invest the $99 plus the first month of POL. So the total initial investment to get licensed with us is only $124.
Okay.
Primerica is going to cover the other $800. So Anna, we hired you and we
Uh-huh.
paid $800 to get you licensed. Could you invest $124 in yourself?
Oh, yeah, I can do that.
Great. Excuse me. Last but not least, Anna, you want to complete a financial needs analysis for your family's financial future. We'll sit down, we'll do your own game plan and teach you how money works as well. Okay? So Anna, I have a question for you. If you don't have to quit your job, but we can help you get started part-time and earn some extra income part-time, is there any reason you wouldn't want to give it a shot, at least on a part-time basis?
Mm-hmm. There's no reason.
No? Okay, great. Perfect. Awesome. Well, how many days a week can you work with us part-time?
For now, I can do like maybe 3 days.
3 days? Awesome. Which 3 days were you thinking?
Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Perfect. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, here's the next step, Anna. What I'll do is I'll get your application started. I'll ask you the background questions, and we'll get the background check started today, okay? So if you could do me a favor, Anna, if you could just grab me your driver's license and then either a Visa or a MasterCard for the licensing class, I'll get the application started right now, okay?
Okay. Right now?
Yep.
Okay. Can I go to my car and get my stuff?
Sure.
Alright. You need a set of my ID?
Yep. Perfect. All right. And did you want to use a Visa or MasterCard for the licensing class, Anna?
I'll do a Visa.
Great. Perfect. Awesome. So did you like Alameda or Bear Creek better, Anna?
To be honest, I didn't have a preference, but I mean, I had to like Bear Creek.
Yeah.
But because I had like a lot of friends at Alameda, because I went to the same middle school as everybody who went to Alameda.
Sure.
So it's like all the same friends and family, but moving to Bear Creek was pretty good. I mean, just meet more people and things like that. So,
Sure.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah, well, I played basketball at TG, but we played Bear Creek once and Alameda once in my whole 4 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Were they hard?
I don't remember. We played like sophomore and junior, so I don't remember too much.
Yeah.
All right, Anna, so you've never been an agent with us before, correct?
Correct.
Okay, great. All right, so no middle name, is that right?
Right.
All right, August 27th, 91 is your birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Then 1114 South Holland Street, Lakewood, 80232, correct?
Yes.
Okay, great. Fantastic. And what's the best email address for you, Anna?
ABC.
Uh-huh.
Nguyen.
Nguyen.
Yeah, at gmail.com.
At Gmail? Okay. Your phone number is 720-227-4249, right?
Yeah.
Great. Are you okay with receiving text from the company?
Yeah.
You can always turn it off if you need to.
Do I need to check my stuff?
Oh, yeah. All right, so Anna, sometimes I get big fingers and dyslexic. If you could just double check that and make sure I spelled your first and last name correct.
Yeah.
Date of birth.
You got it?
Mailing address.
Yeah.
Email and cell looks good.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. All right. And you don't have any licenses right now, right? No financial licenses?
No.
Okay. And you are employed full-time or part-time?
Well, it's full-time.
Full-time. Great. What would you like me to list for your occupation or job title?
For both or just one?
Either or. Just one.
Just bartender.
Bartender. And I'm assuming as a bartender you don't offer or solicit any financial services, correct?
Correct.
Okay, great. So Anna, here's the background questions. Regardless of outcome, have you ever been charged with a felony or non-felony?
Nope.
Ever been the subject of a civil court matter involving lying, theft, or dishonesty?
No.
Ever been barred, expelled, or suspended from engaging in a trade or profession because of court order? Ever had a bonding company deny, pay out on, or revoke a bond on you?
Nope.
Great. Do you have any unsatisfied judgments against you?
No.
Have you made a compromise with creditors in the past 10 years?
Uh-uh.
Do you have any unsatisfied liens against you?
Nope.
Have you filed bankruptcy in the past 10 years?
Uh-uh.
And in the last 10 years, did an organization over which you had control file bankruptcy?
No.
Great. Last one, are you active guard, active reserves, active duty military, any of that?
No.
Great. Perfect. We answered knowing all the background questions, so that's a good sign. And you want to use this Visa for the background check, correct?
Yep.
All right. And it's your name on the account, correct?
Yeah.
All right. So...
Did it one, I think.
And what's the billing zip code attached to your card, Anna?
80232.
80232. Okay, great. All right, so you're just going to validate and place a hold in for the 124, okay?
Okay.
Okay, great. All right, that looks good. So there's that back for you, Anna.
Thank you.
And then, guys, because this is a practice application, it won't let me go on. But after that, you grab the signatures by saying, great, Anna, just got to make it famous and grab your electronic autograph.
Okay.
So this first one here, Anna, this is just electronic signature. Because the application is electronic, at the very end, in place of your signature, you'll send to your social. So just hit accept there. All right. This is the IBA supplement. This shows that the company's going to email you a copy of all this. I'm going to get you a hard copy as well, which is right here for you. Okay, Anna?
Okay.
So if you could just accept that. This is the Fair Credit Disclosure, allowing us to do a background check. So if you could check that box there. All right. This is the application acknowledgement that shows that you're an independent contractor, so you have a lot of freedom, a lot of flexibility, but you agree to uphold yourself to certain standards, like don't lie, steal, cheat, lend, or borrow money, okay?
Okay.
Just check that right there. This authorizes the one-time investment of $99 for the background check in the class from that Visa. This is for the $25 for the Primerica Online, which will help you create the account for next. So just check that there. And lastly, just enter your social twice, and then hit continue. All right, perfect. All right, Anna, so just so you know, the $99 is not for me, it's for you to get licensed. If you're not going to get licensed, I'd rather take the money and save it for you, all right?
Okay.
I have no interest in you investing $99 and I'd at least walk in with a license. Because worst case scenario, if all you did was get licensed, hey, it's yours to keep. You could put on your resume, you won't get ripped off by an insurance agent, you'll learn how money works.
Right.
All right, so Anna, can you promise me you'll at least get licensed?
Yeah, I promise.
You promise?
Yeah.
All right, you're a person of your word.
I am a
Okay,
person of
great.
my word.
Perfect. Welcome to the team, Anna.
Thank you.
Great. So the company's going to process your application. They're going to issue you a solution number. All right. So your solution number, I'm going to write this up here, solution number / user ID. All right. This is basically how the company identifies you. Your solution number and user ID is 61TPP. Okay.
Okay.
All right. The next step, Anna, I'm going to show you some licensing classes. So let me write this down for you. The next class we have coming up is the weekend of the 8th. So it's the 8th, the 9th, and the 5th, the 15th.
Okay.
So it's a 24-hour class. We divide it between 3 days.
Uh-huh.
So it's Saturday, Sunday, and Saturday. Would that work for you?
Yeah, that'll work.
Okay, so 9th, 8th, 9th, and the 15th. It's right here at our office. So that's a Saturday, Sunday, and a Saturday. And they're all from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., okay?
Right.
And the very first day, we'll meet you here and bring you breakfast burrito, okay? So do you prefer bacon, sausage, or chorizo, or no meat?
Sausage.
Sausage, okay, great. Fantastic. Let me write that down here. All right, so 6661 TPP sausage. All right, great. Perfect. And then lastly, I'm going to help you create the account for the Primerica Online. All right, so If you could just choose the Primerica email address you like the best there. All right, then you're going to enter in your normal Primerica email address below.
Okay.
All right, the next thing I want you to do is create a password. It has between 8 and 64 characters. Has to have one upper, one lower.
Okay.
Has to have a number in there as well, and can't contain more than 2 consecutive characters. All right, so if you could just hit next for me after that. They're going to create a secret question. It has to be 5 characters long. All right, perfect. All right, well, looks like you're in.
Sweet.
All right, Anna, so this is the website you have access to. It's called PrimericaOnline.com. Anytime we say POL, that's what we're referring to.
Okay.
Just go to PrimericaOnline.com. This is what the mobile version looks like. If we hit switch to desktop, this is what the desktop version looks like. Okay?
All right.
All right. So if you could just log in right there and put in your user ID and the password you created, and hit log in. Fantastic. All right. Now this shows you're in. So now what I'm going to have you do is when you go home, I'm going to have you log into Primerica Online.
Uh-huh.
And I'm going to have you go to, see this blue box down here where it says Primerica Online Features?
Where?
Right here where it says Primerica Online Features, that blue box right there.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to have you click on that and just watch these videos here. Okay, they'll get you acquainted with the website, learn more about the company. I also want you to download the Primerica app. I want you to download the Primerica app because we'll use that during your orientation. And then download the SoundCloud app. Do you have SoundCloud right now, Anna?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, great. So,
the orange.
Yep, you got it. So it's like a Spotify or Pandora. So on your way home, man, I want you to type in this name, Shane Perry, Leaving the Land of Ordinary.
Right.
So Shane Perry is $1 million earner in business. He used to drive a beer truck for a living. Okay, but this book talks about, or this audio talks about a book called A Dream Giver. And there's a character who wants to pursue his dreams, but he has to leave the land of ordinary to do that. As he does it, he's met with resistance and criticism from friends and family and people like that. So the same thing happens in our business, Anna. People are going to try and discourage you and steal your goals and dreams, but you got to be mentally tough, all right?
Okay.
So listen to this audio on the way home. Can you promise me you'll do that?
Yeah, I promise.
Awesome. After that, I want you to listen to Jim Penn, We Get Paid at Prospect, and Gary Cornegie, The Corporate Prison.
Okay.
My next question is, how quickly would you like to make money?
Pretty quick.
Great. Did you know you can make money by saving money on your car insurance?
No.
Yeah, so here's the number I want you to call in. It's through Answer Financial. You give them a call, give them your solution number, your last name, and have your declarations page on you. They'll compare your current car insurance policy to 26 other A-rated companies.
Okay.
If you save and switch, you get paid $50 every time to do that.
Oh, nice.
All right. So any question about that, Anna?
No.
Okay, so I'm going to slide this in here. This is yours to keep. You keep that. The last thing I want to do is schedule your orientation so I can show you how to get off to a fast start, all right?
Okay.
So what's your schedule like tomorrow? What time are you going to get out tomorrow?
Tomorrow I go in at like 9 to get out at like 3.
Okay. So I can meet you at 7 a.m. or 4 p.m. Which do you prefer?
You do 4.
4? Let's do that. Okay, so I'm going to write this down so I don't forget. Anna, do you have your calendar? Can you put that in your calendar so you don't forget?
Yeah.
So tomorrow at 4 p.m. we'll do your orientation. All right? So I'll put this in my calendar. Tomorrow, 4 p.m.
Right.
Sounds good, Anna?
Sounds good.
Awesome. You excited?
I am excited.
Great. Well, welcome to NTA. That's our team name, which stands for Never Tolerate Average.
Awesome.
And I'm not your boss. I'm your coach. I have a financial interest in your success. So if you need anything, I'm here to help you. I'm a phone call away. Sounds good?
Okay.
Cool. Welcome to the team, Anna.
Thanks.
Awesome. Have a great day.
Thanks, you too.